Stephen Quirk it is. Beside him, Miles Gilroy. Inside the second row, outside is Josh Crang. Darren Lester then on the inside of Stephen Garrett. Josh Harm would be the next one. "30 laps. Buckle in, folks. This will be a beauty." Aidan Raymond versus Stephen Quirk off the front row. Miles Gilroy down on the inside of the second row of Josh Crang. Darren Lester, Stephen Garrett. Go, we're racing under the control tower, 30 more laps to go. Aidan Raymond leads them down the back chute for the first time. Stephen Quirk in position number 2 as they settle down. Back behind him will be Miles Gilroy in front of Darren Lester. They've dropped off Josh Harm for a little bit. Bit of a challenge by Darren Lester up on the inside of Miles Gilroy. You're not going through there. Back behind them in the 23 car will be Josh Crang. To the better of Brendan Bayfield. Josh Arthur would be the next one in line, and Stephen Garrett. Aidan Raymond to the better of Stephen Quirk. Back behind them in the 75 car is Miles Gilroy. Real battle lining up there. Gilroy and Darren Lester. Behind both of them, it's Josh Harm. So the battle is for the minor placings at the moment. Back then we go to Josh Crang. Aidan Raymond, the leader down the back chute from Stephen Quirk. Tucked in there then is Miles Gilroy. Darren Lester not too far away. Then we've got Josh Harm. Harmy might think of an outside one as they go through turns 1 and 2. Gap back, then we go to Josh Crang would be the next one, then Josh Arthur in front of Stephen Garrett. To the better of Brenton Scott. They're coming up very quickly on the 30 car of Leone Knight. Down the main straight goes our race leader, Aidan Raymond. Stephen Quirk. Next one through is Miles Gilroy. Gilroy having a little look down the inside as they go through turns 1 and 2. Nothing there. Stephen Quirk knows he's got Gilroy right with him. Next one back behind them, we got a problem. A bit of a fire, it looks like. Brendan Bayfield. Infield officials quickly on the job. Car 51 pulls to the infield, flat tyre for Jake Hawkins, unfortunately. It's like they've got the fire out. That goes back then to Stephen Quirk in front of Miles Gilroy. Next one going up high Trying to cool the tyres down is Josh Harm. Darren Lester. Josh have gone out. Stephen Quirk has got a massive field behind him and 22 laps to go. Watch for a green one as they go to the outside of the Witch's Hat. Nose to tail, no passing until you are past that Witch's Hat. Stephen Quirk leads the moment in front of Miles Gilroy. Josh Harm would be there. Darren Lester would be the next one, and then we've got Josh Crang. That's the way they go under the tower once again. Through turn 1 and 2, Stephen Quirk knows he's got to keep that car down on that drive line. Josh Arthur moves up one more space as Josh Harm has a look around the outside of Miles Gilroy. Harmy high on the racetrack, almost level, gets into position number 2. Will he stay there? Stephen Quirk. Quirk holds the race lead as they go down the main straightaway. Another car into the middle. Leonie Knight calls it quits. Around turns 1 and 2. Josh Harm is still working high on the racetrack. Stephen Quirk, down Miles Gilroy. Tucked in there too is still Darren Lester. That's the way they go under the tower once again. Stephen Quirk holds the race lead down the back straight away. Josh Arthur moves up one more face. Right up now behind car number 23, Josh Crang. Days under the control tower. Let's go back to Josh Harm. He's right up beside Stephen Quirk. He's going to drive around the outside. Josh Harm, can he pull it off? Stephen Quirk fights back on the inside. Can't do it. Josh Harm goes to the race lead. Josh Harm, Stephen Quirk, Miles Gilroy would be the next one. Darren Lester. Then we go to the 23 car of Josh Crang. Josh Arthur. Chucky Gerrits is the next one in there with Brenton Scott. Josh Harm, the race leader, after the big outside pass, has car 55 under the canteen corner. Stephen Quirk now being challenged on the inside by Miles Gilroy. Gilroy has sort of got level with him. The two of them lock hands, push and shove, and Stephen Quirk holds on. Gilroy back for some more. Down the main straightaway, we've got a car on 3 wheels in the back straight. Josh Harm. We wait and see who will be in position number 2. Stephen Quirk, Miles Gilroy, Darren Lester would be the next one. Josh Crang, Josh Arthur, Stephen Gerrits, car 42. The next one is Bevan Scott. 71 is Kev. Stephen Quirk, Miles Gilroy, Darren Lester. Outside the Witch's Hat, single file with 14 laps remaining, and Josh Harm gets a good start as they go round turns 1 and 2 and then down the back chute for Josh Harm. Stephen Quirk, Darren Lester's got himself up into position number 3. Miles Gilroy is back then in 4. Then we've got Josh Arthur to the better of Stephen Gerrits. That's the way they head down the back chute once again. Have a look at the little bit of a scrap here between Miles Gilroy, Darren Lester, Stephen Quirk. Trying to get involved in that is Josh Arthur as they go under the tower once again. And Josh Harm is the race leader. Darren Lester is almost underneath of Stephen Quirk. He's done it. Quirk fights back on the outside, but Darren Lester gets himself through into position number 2 and sets sail after Josh Harm in front. Darren Lester, Stephen Quirk. Miles Gilroy would be the next one. Josh Arthur. Stephen Gerrits to the better of Brenton Scott. That's the way they head down the back straight away. Have a look at the speed of Darren Lester. Very quickly into the groove. And under the control tower we go. Race leader is down the back straight away. Darren Lester in hot pursuit. Back behind them, Miles Gilroy still holds on for third. Josh Arthur is right with him. Stephen Gerrits. Next one would be Brenton Scott. Under the tower once again. Pick up our race leader is in the canteen corner. That's Josh Harm trying to avoid the heavy bumps in turn number 4. Darren Lester slowly running him down. Miles Gilroy has got his hands full with Josh Arthur. Arthur right on his hammer as they go down the back chute. Stephen Gerrits would be the next one to the better of Brenton Scott. Then we go back to the 71 car in there of Kevin Young. Race leader, canteen corner, Josh Harm, about half up track. Under the control tower he goes to the better of Darren Lester. Back then to Miles Gilroy, who's beaten off the challenge of Josh Arthur for the moment. Arthur getting a little bit over-aggressive. Now he'll have to run him down again. Here comes the 42 car of Chucky Gerrits. Has turned it around. Oh, that'll make it interesting for the last 4 laps. Chucky Gerrits turning it around in the canteen corner. That outside front wheel hitting the rut. The thing tipped up a little, but I don't think anything's broken, except maybe he'll be very angry with himself. He backs it out. Miles Gilroy in the act, as is Josh Arthur. That's the front 5. It's not over by a long, long way. Green one. Have a look at Darren Lester. Right on the hammer of Josh Harm as they go down the back chute once again. Josh Harm, Darren Lester. Miles Gilroy hangs the tail a little bit. Josh Arthur right on his hammer as they go under the tower. Down the back straight once again. Josh Harm into the canteen corner. Darren Lester. Josh Arthur's got himself in a position number 3. Moving Miles Gilroy back 1. Turn 1 and 2. Back straight away. Into the canteen corner. Fahami hits a rut. Driver out, yes. Yeah, folks, put your hands together. Josh is on his feet. Well, after that, folks, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. 3. Josh Harm, Darren Lester. Miles Gilroy back there in position number 3. Next one should be Jared Peacock, I think. Yes, it is. So, single file, one behind the other. 3 laps remaining. Josh Harm leads the way down the back straight from Darren Lester, being pressured by Miles Gilroy. Gilroy getting things a little crossed up under the tower. Josh Harm, Darren Lester, Miles Gilroy. Jared Peacock would be the next one. Down the back straight away. Through the canteen corner. Wide flag waiting out for Hummy. 1 to go. Darren Lester, Miles Gilroy, Jared Peacock. Down the back straight. Josh Harm throws it into the canteen corner for the final time. And Josh Harm has done it. Takes out the Fraser Coast Cup. Darren Lester, Miles Gilroy and Jared Peacock. Well, a spectacular race we said we would have. And didn't we? Put your hands together for him, folks. A nicer person driving a race car you would never hope to find. Josh Harm takes out Fraser Coast Cup here tonight at the Fraser Shores Maryborough Speedway. We will have a trophy presentation. Josh Harm, Darren Lester, Miles Gilroy. As he goes around, give him a big round of applause. As you travel home, folks, be very, very careful, very safe. All of you have a wonderful Easter break, and we'll see you back here very shortly at Fraser Shores Maryborough Speedway. Yes, folks, put your hands together for him. Josh Harm. He is living proof that speedway racing is in your blood. 3rd generation. Fantastic stuff. We'll have that trophy presentation, I believe. Josh Harm, Darren Lester, Miles Gilroy. But as we were saying, as you go home, folks, please be very careful. Drive safely, look after each other. Have a lovely Easter next weekend.